Rivet crew, happy Wednesday. Workout today, we are doing some fast-paced interval work. 3 4-minute AMRAPs with a 4-minute rest in between each one for a little bit of rest and recovery. We have some calories on the rower, we have some power cleans, and we have some burpee box jump overs. Each AMRAP, the numbers are exactly the same, right? Guys, you're at 27, 21, 15. Ladies, you're at 21, 21, 15. We're trying to do that as many times as we can in 4 minutes. The goal today is to get the row and the power cleans done in 3 minutes or less. So we have at least a minute to get through those burpee box jump overs. Maybe get back to the rower. I don't know. The weight on the barbell, I have some recommendations there in the programming notes. Read those as far as like how many sets you should be able to do each AMRAP in, right? Less sets, less weight, that kind of thing. Even with the heaviest weight, though, you should be able to go small sets with, touch and go sets. No singles today. Those are way too slow. These are 4-minute AMRAPs. We need to kind of keep the pace going, keep things moving, so we should be able to touch and go at least small sets with every single weight. We want to produce a lot of power in our row today. I'll go over this more in just a second, but we really want to emphasize pushing hard with the legs, keeping our stroke rate on the lower side, because we are rowing for calories, so we want to produce a lot of power as much as we can, but keep the stroke rate down so we're not kind of spending a lot of time there. And there you go. So yeah, about 3 minutes for the row and the cleans, about a minute for the burpee box jump overs. Score today is total rounds and reps of all 3 AMRAPs. So let me talk about a couple things here. So yeah, something you can drill today, so something I would like you to drill on the rower when you're warming up today, is we really need to emphasize using the legs, then the hips, and then the arms, right? We're kind of the timing of the pull. And this applies to both the clean and the rower today. So the sequence, of course, is pushing with the legs, opening up the hips, and then pulling with the arms. Exact same thing in the power clean, same thing on the rower. So what I'd like you to do when you're warming up today, just try this a few times. Basically break down the stroke into the 3 different parts: legs, hips, and then arms, one thing at a time. If you don't remember, rowing is about 60% legs, it is 30% hips, and only 10% arms. And I'd say the power clean's probably similar to that. So that big leg drive, that explosive hip extension, and then arms just kind of come in at the end to kind of keep you attached to the bar. As you're rowing today, try this out. So just for, maybe 20, 30 seconds at a time as you're warming up, try just doing a few legs, just legs. Do this for like 20, 30 seconds. So the first part of the stroke, where a lot of our power comes from pushing with the legs, right? Make sure those heels are down and get to knee extension, push, 60% legs. Then we go legs and hips, right? We swing those hips open, right? We go from shoulders just ahead of the hips to shoulders just behind the hips. And this helps transfer power. So legs, hips, recover. Legs, hips, recover. Push hard with those legs and then lean back at the hips. And then finally, the arms come in. Legs, hips, arms, release. Legs, hips, arms, release. If we pull those arms too soon, we don't get as much power out of the legs and hips, right? We don't want to be rowing back or lean back too soon or pull too soon. So do this really slow when you're warming up today. Do some just legs, do some legs and hips, and then finally do some legs, hips, and arms. And then same thing, with your clean, with the empty barbell. Same idea. Something I like to do, we call these clean pulls, but just practice with an empty bar, right? So just go to here. So just pull, we want to extend the hips, we want to push the feet into the ground, extend the hips, open up the hips, and then pull with the arms. So not until after the knees and hips extend do we pull with the arms. Very similar movement pattern here. So keep that in mind. We're pushing hard on the rower, keeping the stroke rate down so we're transferring a lot of power so we can get those calories done quickly. And then same thing on the power clean, we're emphasizing the use of the legs and the hips, not the arms. And then, burpee box jump overs, just work at those at a nice steady pace. You may or may not get through those and back to the rower, but hey, that's a good goal to have today. All right, come in, have fun, get it done. Talk to you tomorrow.